Hey there, welcome back to the channel. My name's Chris. I'm a self-taught developer, and yesterday was actually the last day at my first web developer job. As you can see here, this is my GitHub repository, or the account with the company. And I thought I'd just make a quick video just to go over a little bit of what I did, sort of how I found it, and obviously as well just to see all these contributions. Well, you won't be able to see the code, but I can maybe just talk through a little bit about what I did sort of throughout my time at Version Experience Days, as you can see here. So obviously I assume this account will be shut down at some point. I think I had all my final PR was merged into main yesterday, so there's nothing outstanding, and sort of deleted all my branches as well. So yeah, I assume this will unfortunately go to the wayside at some point. So yeah, I just wanted to sort of capture it for myself, but also maybe it will help someone else as well if they're sort of navigating their first web developer role. And obviously also, I guess it's an exciting time because yeah, on next Monday, the 10th of October, 2022, I'll be starting a new role. So that's very exciting, which perhaps I'll go into a bit more detail when the time comes. So yeah, if I look back at the history here, you can see I created the account on the 19th of August 2021. And at that point, I'd kind of been learning to code for about 13 or 14 months. And I say learning to code, as I said, so it was over the summer of 2020 when I picked up HTML first and then CSS, as often a lot of web developers do. And kind of, I guess now specialized in the front end, but at the time I was just learning through Free Code Camp, which I'm still making videos on today, and sort of going through their curriculum. And yeah, did a lot of work, obviously evenings and weekends. Really, that was my main time that I had, because I was working full time at my previous company now before this one. In the travel or corporate travel space, which obviously, as you can imagine, in 2020 wasn't perhaps the best industry to be in. So yeah, I made the leap August last year to join Version Experience Days. Essentially, they're an e-commerce gifting or experience gifting company, and have a company in the US as well, which they bought a few months before I joined, of Version Experience Gifts. But yeah, quite a big e-commerce platform, and there are actually probably almost 100 repositories in total for different aspects of the website and internal tools and backend and all of that. So yeah, there was a lot to learn, and I think probably the first couple of weeks, maybe the first 2 months, all of this early stuff was just doing small bug tickets on the main e-commerce website at the time, which was or still is part of it, a C# ASP.NET backend. Or sort of monolith site, sorry. And yeah, that was quite interesting to learn because I hadn't come across C# before. I'd only done HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, and a couple of CSS frameworks at that point. When I say React, I didn't know React at all, as was evident when I had my first real React project. I think it was around October, November time. It might have been sort of mid-October that we started a React project to build some new functionality into an existing part of the site. And yeah, that was interesting to see how professionals write React code. And it was a lot different to my either small single-page React sites, like marketing sites that kind of designed well but didn't have much functionality. And then the only other React site I think I had was like, the simple to-do app, or a list, or just mapping through some items. And actually that was part of the tech test for this role, was just to map through an API and just display some data on a page. As well as sort of there were two technical, or I guess semi-technical conversations, just about what I'd been learning and what I'm looking for, and obviously what they're looking for as well. But yeah, that all seemed to align, and as I said, I accepted the role, and then yeah, got going. So I think all of this would have been React, and then that project, and then into 2022, which is crazy to think is actually it's still this year. It feels like a lifetime ago that I started on effectively this second project, and that was around March, April time, I believe. So it's only been sort of 6-7 months or so since I joined that project. But yeah, I have a video coming out perhaps in a couple of days, sort of detailing a little bit more about what I was doing at the company, and sort of showing you on the website exactly what I built, I guess, or helped to build, in terms of components and pages as well. But yeah, that was the majority, I guess, of my sort of commits here. So you can see there's, a number of different contributions sort of throughout the time there. And that was quite cool because that was working in a Scrum team, and we're following Agile, which I'd heard of all these things, but I'd never really fully understood them or let alone worked in them. It was really interesting. So I think that was kind of it. I just wanted to, sort of show, I guess, what I'd been doing. And as I said, the next video that comes out on the channel will be a little bit more of a deep dive into some of the, I guess, the sort of the website itself. But yeah, it was a really good first job, and yeah, I'm gonna certainly miss my time working with the team and working with Virgin Experience Days. But certainly, I think I have a real good opportunity here, and so hopefully be onto bigger and better things, which hope to be able to share with the channel in due course. But yeah, if you do have any questions on, sort of getting your first web developer role or anything like that, let me know in the comments below. I think I'll be creating a video on that at some point. Now I've sort of been through 2 rounds, I guess, of interviews, and sort of will be starting my second job next week. Hopefully have some insight, certainly within the UK market, and sort of how to approach that, and how I've kind of optimized sort of my public and sort of profiles and CV and everything and LinkedIn for that, just to, sort of put yourself out there and be found. That was sort of one of the, actually probably the reason why I was at Virgin Experience Days, is because I put my CV online and sort of had it really, really quite good, I think. And that's how I got a call from a recruiter for this role. So yeah, it's all quite exciting. And as I said, thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you.